Hey guys, and today I'm coming to you with the third in my series on creating a social network in Drupal. Now, Drupal 7 at that. Now, in this video what we're going to tackle is how to create a photo gallery, meaning that users can upload photos and they can be part of albums, and those albums will show on the user's profile page. Now, like most things in Drupal, there are many ways to skin a cat when it comes to photographs. But the way we're going to do it is going to give us a lot of flexibility and is going to be like a social network. So let's talk about our approach before we actually go over to the screen. What we're going to do is have a so that users can create and upload images in isolation. Those images can have descriptions. People can comment on the images, and when we add it in later videos, people can rate the images and like the images. But we're also gonna have galleries and have it so people can say, okay, these images are part of this gallery, and have those two things work together and match it up. What we'd usually do for that is just create the gallery as a piece of content and then add the images to that piece of content. But what if we want to have people can comment on the gallery, but then they can go in and comment on individual photos? We need those things as two different types of content. So that's what we're going to show you how to do today. I've already done this video. It's now half 6 UK time, the time I'm recording this, and I started it at I originally started doing it at about 2:30 in the afternoon. So it's taken a long time to get here. I'm hoping this time will be the charm. It's a little more foolproof than my original workflow, so hopefully I'll be able to show you in a nice succinct way how to do that today. So we're also going to have it so that when a user creates a gallery, they can add images right from the gallery page, and galleries or albums that they've created show up on their user profile. So let's dive in. Like I said, I've been trying to do this for a while, so hopefully this time is good. But here's my Drupal site, and the modules we're going to be using are views to list the photos. But the main attraction here is the references module at drupal.org/project/references. This is essentially a part of the node reference module that came as part of CCK. And what that's going to allow us to do is say, okay, this image that we've uploaded can function in isolation, but it's part of a wider album of images about this topic, and that's this module was going to allow us to link those two things. So that's at drupal.org/project/references. One thing I do want to note is if we look down here, it says the module's essentially been dropped by the maintainer, and it's seeking a new maintainer. I don't usually like to demo modules that are not going down, because I feel like these videos you could be watching them 6 months after I've uploaded it. So by that time this module might be completely obsolete, but I feel like it's a good module for what our purposes. So we're gonna use it. I do want to say that because we have to demo a photo gallery, obviously we need some photos. So I've just got some we look here, some images in a little directory of um, dogs and fish, so we can have 2 different photo galleries. Thank you to Flickr Creative Commons for helping out with that. Okay, so let's go into our site and look at what modules we're going to have enabled. Obviously, we're going to have Field and Field UI enabled because we're going to create an image content type and a gallery content type, so we need them enabled. We also obviously need the image content type. I think we're probably going to use list today as well, so we need that. But those are all just core modules. But as we get down here, you can see we've got node references module enabled. We've got node reference URL widget, which should also be enabled. I should have caught that better. I obviously didn't. And we've also got views enabled. So those are the things you need. You need to enable node reference URL and views. So let's go ahead and create our content app that's going to house our standalone images. Because remember, this is a modular workflow. We're going to have a content app for standard images and a content app for gallery that's going to pull in all those standard images. So let's say standalone image. I'm not going to give it a description, but you could if you. I'm going to disable preview. However, I am going to enable comments, because that was one of the reasons why we went for this whole workflow in the first place. I'm going to turn off threading because I'm not a person fan of threading. All this stuff's just personal preference though. But the really important deal is we're going to hit save and add fields. So for this we need to add a field to have the actual image itself. So we're just going to call that image file. It's going to be obviously type of an image, and we're going to have an image up there. Hit save on that. We're not going to do any default image. We're going to make it required, because if you're inserting an image piece of content, now obviously the image is the most important thing. We're going to handle all the alt text ourselves, so that's what we're going to do. And we're also gonna handle the title text ourselves. And because this is one image, not a gallery, but because this is a standalone image, we're only going to allow one value. So with all that done, let's save changes. I'm just going to edit the body field because it's not an article. So I feel like description would be a more appropriate title. And you don't when I make it so you don't have to add a description. You can't just add the image if you want. So we're gonna turn off summary input. And last thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna manage display and to turn the labels of these things off because you don't need to see the label really. Okay, so we've created our content app for our standalone image. What about when we want to create a gallery that's going to hold all our images and group them together? Well, that's going to be another content app. Very, very, very similar, but it's going to have a fancy trick up its sleeve. We're going to call it gallery. And we're just going to put anchor in there because this is we're going to be able to post comments on it and things, but this isn't going to hold any actual data per se. It's just going to be a basis and reference our other images of our standalone image content type that are in there. So again, we're just going to disable the preview. I'm gonna turn off threading. And that's pretty much it. We're gonna hit save and add fields. And this is where some of the magic happens. The only other field that we really need for this is a way to say sorry, we don't need any more fields on this one. We need another field on the standalone image to say what gallery does this reference. So I need to go back and add that in. I forgot about that. So the idea being, first you create a gallery, then when you create a standalone image, you select from the galleries that are already there which gallery you want this to be in. So I forgot about that. We're just going to add a field gallery. This is where some of the magic happens. We're going to set a node reference here, i.e. the only point of this field is that it's going to tell Drupal, okay, this standalone image is related to a gallery. That's the only function of this field. And this tripped me up the first time. We're going to say what content types can we reference? Well, we don't want to reference what content types can standalone image reference. Well, we want images to be able to reference galleries. So we're going to hit that. I forgot to mention when we selected node reference, I also selected that would be a node reference from URL. That's what that module does for us. What that essentially does, what that add-on module essentially does, node reference from URL, is normally when you create a node reference, you have to select what the node reference is to be. But with the node reference from URL module, you can essentially be on a gallery page and then say add an image to this gallery, and then it'll automatically put in the node creation formula. It'll automatically populate the URL that you came from. So I'm going to say that's not be a required field, because not all going to be gallery. And what this is, we're going to say if they didn't come from one of those fancy, if they're just creating an image and they want to associate it with a gallery, but they didn't come from one of those special links on a gallery page, we're just gonna give them a select list widget of all the galleries, because we don't know what gallery they came from. And we're going to say create link in full view, i.e. when you're viewing the full node of the gallery, create a link that says so we're just going to say add images. That's the link that the user is going to click when they're on a gallery page to add an image to that gallery. We're then going to say what do we want the return path to be? Well, we probably want once they've created once they've added an image and they finish adding the image, we're going to go back to the reference node, i.e. the gallery page on which they were before they added the image. For the default value, we're definitely going to select none, because we really don't want people to be forced into adding images into a gallery. We just want them to have the option to. Okay, so we've done the core of what we wanted to do. Notice that reference from URL that I forgot to show you before. Let's just turn that label off. And what we're going to do is, I'm going to upload one of the images with you, and then you'll see what the process is, and then I'll come back once I've uploaded all the images. So I'm just going to go to my normal add content screen. First, I'm going to add a gallery for the image to go in, and I'm going to say the gallery name is dogs, because that's one of my images. I'm going to say what little cuties. So, you know, I'll say what little sweeties, just for some random description, and hit save. Now we've got this add images link. That's Node reference URL doing its thing. We can click add images, and then it's gonna take us into the Node form to upload a standalone image, and it's already got that the gallery we want to add this image to is the dogs gallery. That's standalone image doing its work. That's Node reference URL doing its work. Very nice module. So we're just gonna create test one and put some random content in there. You don't have to fill a description, but we're gonna upload our image. And like we wanted, it's taken us back to the gallery page. But if we go into our content and click that image directly, it has indeed been added. So I'm just going to go over and add all my example images, and notice below there it says dogs, i.e. that's a link back to the gallery that it's referenced from. So I'm going to add all the images, and I'll be back when I've done it. Okay, so hey guys, I'm back, and you see we've added in the fish gallery, the header page for the fish gallery, and also several other images. So these titles or number of images have no significance, but just to show you, we've got some dog images with a description. We've also got fish images, but if we go back to one of our placeholder pages, what should be at the home of our fish gallery, all we've got is the link to add more references. We've not got we don't see them. That's because when we're using the references module, all we're essentially saying is this module references another module, another page. We're not saying display these items on this page like you might if you use a photo gallery module. But that's great because it gives us the flexibility to do a ton of stuff. So how are we gonna display those individual pieces of content in a list on the page? Well, whenever a question like that enters your mind, you should usually be thinking views. So that's what we're going to do. Well, let's first talk about this, because we're going to use what is now referred to in Drupal 7 as contextual filters. And the idea is we don't want to show all the images. We don't want to show thumbnails of all the images that are related to all galleries on this page. We only want to show images that are related to the fish gallery, or the dogs gallery, or the cats gallery, or whatever other galleries we want to create. We don't just want to show all images, and we don't want to build a separate view each time we create a new gallery, because then this is a social network, remember, so users can create albums with all sorts of weird names. So we're not going to build a view each time that happens. So we need a view that can look at the content of the gallery content type. Look at the page we're on and say, okay, I need to find the images that were associated with this and display them. That's what that node reference field was for. So let's dive in. We're gonna go to structure views, and we're gonna add a new view. And this is the basic views creation screen that we're gonna end up overriding a lot of this stuff anyway, but they introduced it in Drupal 7, so we have to go this way. We're just gonna call it display gallery, because this view is going to be responsible for looking at the page we're on and figuring out what we want to show. So we're not going to create a page. What we're actually going to do is create a block to put on this gallery page that's already existing. So we're just going to say create a block. In terms of the basic content creation settings, we want to show content. So this is the old equivalent to say we want a node view. No, for now we're going to say of type all, because we need to customize that item. We are going to say use a page join, just to get it. We're going to say use 25 items on a page, but then if we have more than 25 items in an album, give us a page. So now we're going to continue and edit to get the real stuff. First of all, we need to figure out, because if we look at this preview down below, what this view is spitting out. At the moment, it's just giving us the titles of all the content, but it's giving us every image on the site. We don't want every image on the site. We only want the images that are related to the category we're viewing. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're gonna add what's called a contextual filter. These used to be called arguments in previous years, but now they're called contextual filters. And what do we want to filter on? Well, we want to base the filtering on whether the value of that list, whether the images we're looking at are in that category or not. So we're just gonna add that gallery field as the basis of the argument. Now this is where it gets really confusing. This is where I floundered last time, but I know what I'm doing now, and I had to look up some resources. But what I want to do on this page is the whole concept of an argument is to be able to change contextually. That's why they renamed it in Drupal 7 as contextual filters. But it needs to know what the context is. And if we created a page view, it would know what the context was based on the URL. But it doesn't, because we're creating a block, and blocks can range in all sorts of weird places. So for this first bit here, what we need to do is basically, this is a really bad user interface, but what it's essentially asking us is how how do I want to get that argument, because the argument value would usually be defined based on the URL, but we've not got a URL. So in this context, it means, how do you want me to get that argument? Well, we're gonna provide a default value, and because we're passing in the argument anyway, it's not actually going to be default value. It's going to be a dynamic value, but that's just a bad UI. And we're going to say, what type of value do we want to pass in? Well, definitely not a fixed value, because then there's no point of using an argument. So, what do we want to do? We want to say content ID from URL. This is the old node ID things. So it's gonna look at what type of content we're viewing, and then use that as the basis for the argument. So it's gonna look and say, is that user relationship field, this gallery field, it's gonna look on every photo and say, okay, does that photo have a gallery field that matches up to the piece of content I'm viewing? And if it does, it will show it, and if it doesn't, it won't. So we're gonna apply that. Now it's just basic view stuff, really. Now we're gonna ignore the fact that that argument's there. Now all we need to be concerned with is what do we want to display, and how do we want it to work? Because we already know that based on that argument, it's gonna look and say, okay, what image is related to this gallery, and that's what it's gonna output. So we want to get rid of the title that was added for us by default, but we don't actually want that. And the field I'm going to choose to display, because I think it looks nicest, is the I'm just gonna show a thumbnail of the image. So we're gonna look for custom fields, and we're just gonna say the image field itself. That is what we want to show in this view, the image file. So we're going to add that. It's then going to give us options that are specific to this field. It's going to say, do you want a label on the field? Well, we don't, so we're just going to uncheck that. It's going to display as an image. We're then going to say what type of field we're on. This is specifically the image field, and it's based on the automated image management architecture that's now in Drupal 7. You can set what percent of images you want images to be able to resize to. And in this view, because it's only in a list, we're going to say we only want people to be able to see the medium, and they have to click through for a larger version. Similarly, what is going to happen when they click through? We can either have it display the actual file itself, so just download the image file, or we can go to the content, which in this case would be that standard image node, and that's what we want, because we want people to add comments to the individual images, as well as anything else we're going to add. We're going to add some no results behavior. So what happens if this doesn't? Actually, we're not. The no results behavior is we're gonna hide the field, and indeed the entire view if it's empty. So we just define what we want to show in the view and how we want to show. So we've also got it filtered so it goes in chronological order, and the images have to be published in order for them to. I'm just going to say, just as a safety measure, they have to be of type. Standalone images. So you can't get galleries listed within galleries. So I'm just going to say it is one of standalone image. Just as little basis there now, because we created a block. We are going to create a user feed in a minute, but because we created a block to place on this pre-existing page, we need to fill out the block information, i.e. what's the block going to be called on the administration panel. So we're just going to say it'll give us no, actually, we're not going to change that. There's no need to change that. We're just going to save. Like I said, we are going to add another block to show all the photos that the user added, but we don't need to do that. Just so we've created a block to show this database. In order to show the block, we need to enable the block. So this is just standard Drupal stuff. Administer blocks, and then we're going to find the block from the view, display gallery. We're going to put it just above the other content. You might want to embed this in some circumstances so it's actually on the template itself. You might want to do that. But even though the view's set not to show with it, so I'm just gonna say to the block, this block only shows on pages that are gallery pages because it's only relevant to them. It's not relevant to anyone else. So let's close this, and we're on the fish content now. So we're getting pictures of fish. We can add in images directly in there as well, and the only a bit funny behaviours we're getting the name of the block. So let's just correct that quickly. It's going to be in the view itself. So we'll go back to the view and just take out that title. Go back to our page. And we've now got rid of that. So we're on our fish page, and we've got our fish node display that attached. We'll go to our dogs gallery page just to make sure that our argument works and we only see the dog pictures. So we've used views arguments, node relationships URL to create a node reference URL to create a simple photo gallery. I do appreciate that was a very long way around, and there are probably simpler photo gallery options out there, but that's going to give us the flexibility because we can access that data in anywhere we want now. In that spirit, let's go and actually no, I'll leave that to a future video. In a future video, we'll build a view so that all the albums that a user has uploaded show up on their profile. But we'll do that in a future video. This one's gone long enough. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. It's been a very long video. Just glad that I finally managed to do it this time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Node reference, creating a photo gallery for a social networking site. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And you can visit my website address down below, tom-rogers.com, for a whole bunch more content and more tech and non-tech content. So definitely check that out. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.